friends, welcome back to another one. I am so excited for today's video, but first of all, if you don't know, my name is Jeannie and this is Sips, Lips, and Makeup Tricks. I like to do lots of beauty content here. I love BoxyCharm and Ipsy. We do those unboxings every single month along with my PR box as well, which I'm still waiting for the month of October, but I am filming this on Friday, so hopefully by the time this goes up, I will have had it. But I do also monthly giveaways and milestone giveaways here on my channel. Right now, I have an amazing giveaway open. It is my 500 subscriber giveaway, which now I'm well over 600. So thank you guys so much. That is so exciting. But this giveaway, you guys, is worth well over $1,000 retail value. You do not want to miss your chance to win. I do giveaways like this every single month, but this particular one is so good. Now, all you have to do for your entry is be subscribed here on the channel and then leave me a message on the giveaway video, which I will link in the description box below to make it easy for you to find. Now, let's just get into today's video. You guys, I realized that the majority of the content here on my channel has been all high-end makeup, and I want to make clear something. The only reason that I have all of this high-end makeup is because of my subscription boxes or because I got them from TJ Maxx or Marshalls. It is very rare that I go buy high-end makeup at retail price. I am not rich. I'm a mom of 3 with 2 kids still in diapers. So that's a lot of diapers and wipes. And then I have a 13-year-old who refuses to wear anything but Nike. Aren't they all like that, or is it just mine? No, but anyhow, you guys, I'm not rich by any stretch of the imagination. And I want to show that you can 100% get full glam with anything from the drugstore, just as much as you could high end. So in today's look, I don't have anything on my face from lashes to lipstick and everything in between, nothing over $15, and most of them under 10. So if you want to see how I created this full face of drugstore makeup, then definitely just keep on watching. Okay, loves, let's just jump right into the look. So for brows, I already kind of just very lightly filled them in. And for that, I did use the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil in Blonde. Now, I have not used this in a while, and now I remember why I loved it. It's $3 and it is so easy for just a quick fill in. It is a bigger tip, so it's not one of those super precise where you're going to get like really precise hair-like strokes. But for me, brows are my least favorite part of makeup because they are my problem children. They don't match my natural hair. They are almost non-existent, they're patchy, and they don't match. They're completely different. So just for me to be able to grab something and just kind of just fill in quickly and have it look decent, I'm totally here for that. And $3 for this. So I haven't used it in a while, and I'm glad that I decided to do this video because now I remember how much I love that thing for $3 freaking. Now for eye priming, I already went in with my Milani eyeshadow primer. I will quickly show you what this looks like. You don't need much. So it kind of looks skin colored when it comes out, but then it blends in pretty much translucent, but it's got a very velvety finish, which I really like. And I have not set that down yet because I just want to mention that setting powder is actually something new for me. Of course, I've used setting powder before, but I didn't like it. To me, I felt like it aged me and it made me it just didn't look good. So I would spray for setting. But recently I tried the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter setting powder and fell in love with it. And since then, I have tried several more that I actually really like as well. But none of them are drugstore. So for setting, I'm just going to go ahead and use the contour palette that I'm going to use today. And it is the e.l.f. contour palette in light to medium. And there is this kind of white matte shade right here. And that's what I'm going to use to set down the primer. And when I set it down, I'm not rubbing it. I'm just patting it on top of that primer because I don't want to remove the primer underneath. So I'm just gonna say, wow, I really like the way that it gave me a nice, bright, even canvas to work on. Look at the difference. So I really like that combination. Now, there is definitely some kick up in the pan, as you can see, but nothing that, you know, is a big deal. Just kind of blow it out. And I'm just going to make sure that that is set down really, really, really well. This is an important step because it will help shadows blend out a lot more effortlessly if you go ahead and set that primer down really, really well. So when I prime and set my eyes, I do literally the whole thing. So, okay. For face primer, by the way, I like my primer to sit in for a while before I do my face makeup. So I've already done that. And I always use multiple primers no matter what I'm doing, whether it's high-end, a combination of both. It really doesn't matter. Today, I went in with the CoverGirl True Blend Face Primer for dry skin. I get this out of that high-end mystery box that I ordered, and this was like an extra gift that she threw in, but I ended up really liking it. And then I did also use a touch of the e.l.f. Soothing Primer, and then also in the T-zone area and this area right here where I do have some, probably the deepest set wrinkles that I do have are here in between my eyes because I'm always doing that squinting. So I used some of their Poreless Putty Primer, just kind of like in the T-zone and in this area right here. So we are all primed on the skin. I really, really think it does make a difference if you just kind of let that primer sit on your skin for a while before going in with the rest of your face makeup. So that is why we're going to do that. We're going to do the eye makeup, and then we'll go in for the rest of the face makeup. For today's eye look, I think I'm going to go in with this e.l.f. Bite Size, and this is the Berry Bad palette. Such beautiful colors in there. And I really like this palette. So we're going to use that. And I'm going to go in with this lightest matte shade for a transition. And I'm going to go ahead and pop it on. I'm taking this pretty much all over, not on the lid, but in the upper part, and not, you know, I'm taking it in the transition area. Guys, it is late and it has been a crazy day. I am filming this on Friday night, so I don't know if my 2-year-old threw something down the tub drain, but our tub has been clogged for like the last few days, and finally we had somebody come over and help us. We had to like cut some pipe, and it was like a whole freaking episode, but we did get it fixed, thank God. And then my dryer broke. So it's like you just can't win for losing. But it's just been a crazy day, and starting tomorrow is like my work, my big work, like where I work a lot of days in a row. So tomorrow I do a double shift. I'm out of the house by 9 o'clock in the morning, and I won't get home until like 1 a.m. Then Sunday, I work the evening shift. And then Monday is another double, so the same hours as tomorrow, out by 9 a.m., home around 1 a.m. Then I work Monday night or Monday the double, and then Tuesday night as well. So I just have a lot coming up in the morning. I hate that when I go to bed on Friday nights knowing that that is what is to come. It sucks. Adulting sucks. But okay, so I've got that in for a transition. It's just a really pretty, you know, transition-y nude color. And then we're going to jump on in. Now, this is a crease brush. We're going to jump on into this darker matte and pop this in the crease and on the outer corner just to kind of like deepen the look, give this look some dimension. But yeah, it was so funny because I have a list of videos that I want to, you know, make for the channel. And this was one that I really, really wanted to do because I know I'm just going in with, unless I say something else, I'm just kind of going in with the same color and building it up. You always want to build these darker colors up rather than just try and like make it as dark as possible at once, because you want it to look blended and flawless in the end. So always build up. But anyhow, so I know that from the outside looking in, it looks like probably like I have all high-end things. I don't think I've ever done I know I have not ever done a drugstore makeup video, and trust and believe, I own, love, use all of that drugstore products. Some of my holy grails are drugstore products, and I love and use them just as much as the next person. But it's just that I do like my unboxings on here, and my makeup hauls, and my that I get from like the BoxyCharm sales, and my add-ons for Ipsy and all of that. So I'm sure it looks like all I use is high-end, but believe me, that is not the case. All of my high-end products come from my subscription boxes, or from the sales from the subscription boxes, or from TJ Maxx and Marshalls. So I am not rich by any stretch of the imagination, and you can get a glammed up look with drugstore makeup just as well as high-end. So, you know, don't think anything other than that. Don't think any otherwise. But look how beautiful that deeper matte in there is, giving this look dimension. Like, you don't even have to work for it. It's beautiful. I'm just building it up so that we can blend it out easily. I mean, that is gorgeous. I love these berry toned palettes. Totally me for the fall. Like I've said, most people love going with like the browns and the coppers in the fall, and don't get me wrong, I do too, but I'm a brown-eyed girl, so the browns and the coppers and all of that is literally what looks best on my eyes. So I do it year-round, regardless of it's fall or not. So when the fall comes, I like to use that opportunity to like do like berries and burgundies and things that I wouldn't do in the summertime. So that is why you will see me doing a lot of berry toned and burgundies and things like that. So see, that blended out really, really, really nicely. The darkness gave the dimension I'm looking for in the corner of the eye. You guys check this glass out. This came from Teresa Starship, who was the channel who sent me my Halloween mystery box in my recent Halloween mystery box collaboration, and I just think it is so cute. I had to drink my little wine out of it tonight. Okay, so normally I would go in and prime the lid for my shimmer with my Beauty Crop Stuck On You primer, but since we're doing drugstore, I'm going to go ahead and use this. It is the Maybelline Color Tattoo, and this is Frontline. So it is a really pretty pearly kind of like paint pot kind of shadow thing, and I'm going to use this as a base for my shimmers on my lid. So I'm going to take a brush. I know it is broken, and yes, I have a ton that are the same, but they're not exactly the same. And there's something about this one that just fits my eye so perfectly, and I wish I knew what kind of brush it was so I could repurchase it. But oh well, I'll just use the tip of it. So I'm going to pick some of that on this brush up, and then I'm going to put it on my lid from the inner corner, and I'll drag it out about 3/4 of the way across the lid, kind of creating that cut crease look, which really is my favorite style of shadow to do. It's what looks best on the shape of my eyes. I have very hooded, deep set, almond shaped eyes. I totally wish that I could pull off the halo or spotlight look, but that's like a very rounded look, and my eyes are deep set, hooded, and almond shaped. So it's just very hard to achieve that look for me. I think it's gorgeous, and I'm so envious of it when I see it. Like, I wish that I could pull it off. And I mean, like, not that I couldn't, but it's just not easy. And honestly, this type of look with the kind of like the cut crease and the darker on the outer edge and all of that is just what complements my eyes the best, what is what I've learned over the years. So for the shimmers, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a clean brush with nothing on it, and I'm just going to, do you see where I went like kind of like a little bit higher than my lid with that? I'm just going to kind of buff it out. So there's nothing on this brush. I just want to buff out the edge of the primer that I'm using. Okay, just like that. That's good. So for the lid, I think I'm going to go with this really pretty copperish color. Let me see this one though. Okay, so I'm actually going to use both of them. I'm going to start with the burgundy one, and that is going to go on the outer part of the lid. Now, of course, I'm not taking it where I have the dark shadow. I'm just taking it really pretty much on the very middle part of the lid and blending it in with that darker shadow on the very edge. I like to use my fingers for the shimmers. Sometimes I will use a brush, but I get the best color payoff and results when I use my finger. So that is what I typically like to do. I'm just wiping my finger, and now I'm going to go in with this other shimmer in the palette, this really pretty coppery color. And I'm going to go ahead and pick some of that up on my finger and blend it from the inner corner right in. I'm going to take it right on in to that berry toned color on the center of the lid and just blend it in. I know it looks a little crazy right now, but this is just where you have to trust the process. It's really, really pretty shimmers. So I'm going to take that brush with nothing on it again and just kind of do the same thing that I did, just kind of buff out the edge of that shadow that I just put on, because I don't want it to go higher than a certain point. Just kind of fix that a little bit. So that is really, really pretty. So we're going to go ahead and add some of the e.l.f. liquid glitter shadow. I love these. I have every shade. So I would say that the 24 karat gold is probably my favorite. It is so pigmented and so 24 karat gold looking. It is stunning. But this one is the Flirty Birdie. It is like a rose gold, and it is stunning as well. And I just think that this one is probably a little more universal. You could use it in more looks, and this is what we're going to use today. So I'm going to go ahead and take it, and I'm going to pop it on the center of my lid here, and then just kind of work it inwards towards the inner corner just a bit. Oh my goodness, that glitter is so stunning. And then I'm not taking it past the outer fourth of my eye here. So just kind of like from, and I'm not going exactly on the inner corner either. So I guess the middle two quarters of the eye, if that makes sense. And you just tap it right on top of the shadow. The glitter in this is so beautiful. You guys, I have a lot of liquid shadows and glitter toppers from high end and a drugstore as well. And for the price point, for $5, these are honestly some of the best quality in my opinion. I absolutely think that they are amazing. So that is really, really pretty. I don't have a highlight shade in the palette, but I do have this highlight palette that I'm going to work from today, the L'Oreal Palace True Match Lumi Glow Nude. And it is a really pretty drugstore highlight palette. Very affordable. I think it's definitely under $10. I think that everything that I'm using today is under $10, which is amazing. Except for maybe some of the mascaras might be like 12 or something like that. Definitely nothing over $15 in the video today. So I'm going to go in with this light one right here, and I'm just going to grab kind of like a shadow brush, and I'm going to pick some of that highlight up, and I'm going to bring it in under the brow bone, really kind of focusing it on right under like the arch of my brow. Now, I don't really have too much of an arch, so I kind of like to create the illusion of one with the highlight, and the way that it'll catch the light kind of lifts the eye, if that makes sense. And then I'm also going to bring it on the inner corner, in the inner tear duct, and also in the inner corner. Now, depending on what shape your eye is, the shape of my eyes, like I mentioned, are like a deep set inner corner. So bringing the highlight from the tear duct and then working it into the look just a bit really opens and lifts my eye. So that is why I take my highlight like that and just kind of like work it right into the look to about right here. That is really, really pretty. We are also going to do eyeliner and lashes. So for today's eyeliner, I don't normally do winged liner or liquid liner just because I have hooded eyes, and it can be a pain in the butt with hooded eyes, but we're going to do it today. And I'm going to use the Beauty Concepts Precision Eyeliner. I don't know if this is technically at Walmart, but it's $2 at any TJ Maxx or Marshalls. So in my book, that is a drugstore makeup product. And I'm just going to do a very thin line across the lid, and I'm going to do just a very small winged line for this look. Yeah, winged lines can be a tricky thing for hooded eyes. That's why I'm trying to position myself correctly, because I need my eye to be open and looking straight. Otherwise, it won't come out right. And I'm just doing just a little guy. Nothing too crazy, just a little guy. Easier if I held this up here. There we go. It's funny because I had not done a winged liner, you guys, probably in years. And I did one not too long ago with one of my looks. And I'm like, oh my God, I actually like that with this. So there are some specific looks that I think that it does look really good with. And this kind of look is one of them, with like kind of like the coppery and then the pop of glitter on the lid. So it just really depends. But that is going to be it for the liner. Well, maybe just a tad more on the inner corner. I don't like to go all the way in to the inner part of my eye with it. I feel like that closes my eye off. So just a very thin line, kind of, for the most part, across the lid. And then just a tiny little wing there on the edge. And then we, of course, are going to pop on some lashes and some, what's it called? Like a little bit of shadow underneath the lash line. I can't even talk right now for some reason. Okay, so for mascara, I'm going to go in with a little bit of lash primer with the L'Oreal Paris Luminous Base. So this is one of like those white lash primers, which honestly for the longest time I hated these, but lately I have really been into them. And I think that it's because I have been using these lash serums lately, and my own lashes really are like longer and more volumized. So I feel like this just really does something to use a base before going in with the mascara. Like, I have been reaching for fake lashes less and less ever since I've been using these lash serums every night, honestly. So now this is one of my all-time favorite mascaras, and it is a drugstore mascara. When it comes to mascaras, my favorite is Tart Sugar Rush Lash Smoothie Hemp Infused Mascara, which is under $20, but it's not drugstore. But this is my second all-time favorite mascara out of high-end drugstore. It doesn't matter. You can get these for like $2 at Marshall's, or you can get them for like $8 or $9 at the drugstore. But it is the Maybelline Mega Plush Volume Express, and I absolutely love these. I always have one. This is what the wand looks like, and it's a very flexible wand, and I just feel like it really allows me to grip the root of the lash and get the mascara all the way through from root to tip, and it separates really, really well. See, that is one thing, like, everybody talks about length and volume in their mascara, which, don't get me wrong, that's obviously very important, but like, nobody ever talks about separation, I feel like, and that is really important to me. Like, I don't want my lashes to be clumpy. Separation is huge for me. So this does a really good job of separating, which I love. Okay, so we have got a coat of mascara on. I'm going to let that dry for a second. For lashes, I think we're going to go ahead and go in with... So these are really pretty. They are one of the Ardell Lashes. It's kind of like a wispy and natural pair. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to hop off camera because we're already at 25 minutes. I'm going to catch the other eye up, and then we will come back and finish all of the rest of the drugstore makeup up together. So I will be right back. Okay, babes, we are back. I caught the other eye up, and I just did all of the same things that I did on the first eye, and then I popped my lashes on, the ones that I showed you. These are so gorgeous for everyday wear. Like, if I was going to wear lashes to work, these are the ones that I would choose, and they're just Ardell wispies, so you can get them for like $5 at Walmart or even TJ Maxx or Marshall's. These ones are a little bit harder for me to apply because there's a very thin band on it. Like, thick bands are easy. You glue it, you stick it. The thinner bands, you kind of really just have to like play with a little bit, but they are on there. And so now we're just going to finish off the eye look by taking a thin pencil brush, and I'm going to take this color the matte color, the darker matte color on the pencil brush, and I'm just going to run it along the bottom of my lash line on the outer part and just kind of connect it to the top. And I pull my skin just a bit to the side because it makes it easier for application for me. You do what is easiest for you. And then I'm going to take the shimmer. Well, first let me do the other side so that I don't get shimmer on it. I'm going to do the same thing that I just did on this side. I'm taking it about halfway from my eye to the outer part and connecting it kind of into my little wing liner. And then for the inner part, I'm going to pick up this berry shimmered color. And I'm going to do the same thing and just mix it in. And then this time I'm going to go a little further in. Not all the way to the inner tear duct, but pretty much there. And then just mix it in with the outer edge as well. Same thing on this side, of course. Oh, I'm just dreading tomorrow. I love my job. I love the people there. But double shifts are hard, especially for me, because like I don't get an off day when I come home. Like, you know, moms don't have days off. They just don't. Okay, so that is cute. And now for the waterline, I'm going to pop in, okay, so the only reason I'm doing this, you can use any eyeliner that is light for this step, but I don't have a drugstore one in this color. So this is the Pinky Rose Cosmetics Hip Hop. This came in a BoxyCharm and there was like a little duo, but you can use any nude liner that you have. All you're looking for is a nude color matte eyeliner, and pop a little bit of that in your waterline. It's going to give the effect of really opening the eye. Like, look at the difference on that. I really, really like doing this. And you can literally use a Wet n Wild one for 99 cents and it's going to do the same thing. I just don't have one. So that is why I'm using this. I've got some serious allergies going on. But I am literally loving this eye look. I love the way that the Flirty Birdie dried down on the center of the lid, just for like a little pop of like it being lighter, and like it really gives the look dimension. So let's go ahead and finish off the look with the face makeup. So we're already primed, as I said. So we're going to go ahead and go in with foundation. And for that, my favorite drugstore foundation is the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation. It does come with an applicator like this, which I really love. So I'm just going to go ahead and dap some on my face. And then I'm going to go in with my beauty blender. Whoa, that was a lot. Okay. Yeah, probably didn't need this much, especially since it's like bedtime when I'm done, and I'm just going to wash it off, but that's okay. We're going to do the dang thing. So I'm going to grab my beauty blender and I'm just going to go ahead and start blending that foundation in. But honestly, it's so important to know, you guys, that you do not have to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars to get glam. You can literally get just as glam from stuff from Walmart. Like, it really is important to know, because honestly, it can be so frustrating and intimidating as a woman, you know, feeling like, you know, we always have to look our best. We're held to the highest standards. You know, like we're all supposed to be these Barbie dolls walking around. Like, give me a break. We're all human beings. That was a lot of foundation. Like, you literally do not need that much. But that's okay. We'll just blend it on out. And then we'll warm up the complexion with my bronzer. But you guys, this is a really, really, really good foundation for the drugstore. I really like it. But anyhow, so yeah, we are like held to this standard that we're like supposed to be perfect. It's like the curse of being a woman. And it's so easy to think that like you've got to go overboard and spend all this extra money to get the best of everything, when like literally you can make the same exact glam looks as everybody else with your Walmart makeup, or you know, your TJ Maxx makeup or whatever. So I like to just kind of like go over it with my fingers sometimes, especially if I put too much on. I am looking very white, so let's warm this complexion up. I'm going to go ahead and use the e.l.f. contour palette for bronzing and contouring. So I'm going to go in with this shade right here. Actually, I'm going to go in with this one and this one. Just kind of mix them a bit. And I like to bronze my forehead a bit up here. Just kind of like contour my face out. And by the way, this bronzing palette, I believe, is like $6 or $7. Very, very affordable. Look how, like, it just brings the color back to your face after you have done your... There is a lot of kick up with this palette, but it still performs really, really nicely. It's still doing what I need it to do. So the kick up in the pan is literally a minor inconvenience when we're considering what we pay for it and the price of some of the higher end bronzing palettes. So definitely something that I can deal with. It's actually given me a gorgeous, gorgeous glowing. Look at that. Look at that, you guys. That is gorgeous. This is so inexpensive. Maybe a little heavy-handed on this side. But that is gorgeous. Okay, so for blush, I have a couple different options. We do have an NYX Sweet Cheeks, and I think that this really kind of matches the eye look, so I'm leaning towards this. But then we also have an NYX Baked Blush. This is a really, really pretty color as well that I think would look good with the look. We do have an e.l.f. This is Always Rosy. God, I feel like these would all go really well. And then I also do have this little e.l.f. bite size blush. Ooh, what to do, what to do. Okay. I think I'm going to try this Sweet Cheeks out. And let's just go for it. I'm going to pick a little bit up on my blush brush and just tap her in. It's a very glowy blush. It does have some shimmer in there, which I'll be honest with you, normally I really, really kind of prefer a matte blush because I do like to go in with some highlight. Probably won't even need much highlight with this on the cheek, but it is really pretty. So debating and if I want to pop a little bit of the NYX on as well, the baked blush. I think I'm just going to pop a touch of it on. I feel like, you know what, you guys? That foundation might be a tad too light for me. Under my, it looks like I got a tan with sunglasses on. But that is not the makeup itself. It's literally just the shade. I haven't used it in a long time and it must have been lighter when I bought that. But anyhow, that's okay. The look, I mean, the makeup itself is stunning. What else do we need to do? What else? What else? Oh, highlight. So we're going to use the L'Oreal palette that we used for the highlighting the eyes. And I'm just going to use the smallest amount of this one right here because I do have a very glowy blush on. And just kind of just add just a touch to that area of my cheek that is the highest point of my cheekbone. And a little bit on the nose. We're going to do a little bit on the Cupid bow. And then we're going to do lips. That is pretty. Okay, so for lips, I've got a couple different options. We have a Revlon Ultra HD Matte. We've got a couple different Essence. This is definitely not going to go with the look, but this one might go very well. And I think these are, and I also have, oh no, that one's not going to go either. So we're going to go, I'm going to go with this one. So this is Essence. This is like, you can get this at Walmart for like $1.99, I'm pretty sure. So let's go in with that. And is like a gloss. It's got a sweet smell and almost like a watermelon flavor to it. Yeah, so that is it. We have created a whole face of drugstore makeup, nothing over $15, and we look just as glam as we would if we would have used all makeup that was high-end. So I love that. This is the final look that I'm going to wash off so that I can go to bed and do my double shift tomorrow. So that's going to be it for this video. If you made it to the end, thank you so much. You know I love you guys. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you so much for becoming part of this beauty YouTube family. We have all the fun over here, and I will see you next time in my next video. And until then, you better stay safe and stay beautiful, and I'll see you soon. Bye.